Hey guys, and welcome back to
The Girl Gang. So today we are going to be discussing something rather hot and steamy as well. I feel like all the topics we discuss, we really do try to go through and find the ones that people feel awkward to talk about, right? So today we are going to be talking about reasons why girls get dumped. Now, I know it sounds very harsh, but it's the reality. We do get dumped once or twice. But I don't want to sound like we're talking down on anybody. It's really just to give you guys a heads up as to how other people see it outside of maybe your relationship. A lot of times our friends, our family are the ones that tell us certain things, and most of the time we don't want to hear it from them. And it's usually like an outside source that it really does, like when somebody else says it that doesn't know you, that hears your story, they're more likely to listen to a stranger than their own family. So, with that being said, we are here to basically tell you guys reasons why we believe that girls get dumped. Not even just girls, it can be guys too. So, you know, we'll just throw that out there as well.
Yeah, because I feel like the reasons can go either way.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure. So, we're just gonna jump right into it. I personally feel like there's multiple reasons why relationships don't work out. Now, it could be, like I said, just in my opinion, I think that the number one turnoff to me, and I'm sure that it is probably to a guy too, is to be unmotivated. Like to not have any dreams, goals, ambition in your life. Like if you're just okay with settling and just sitting on the couch watching TV every day while, you know what I mean? Like you have no goals. That is like a huge, I feel like a huge turnoff to men, for sure.
I feel like the reason that I'm gonna say is is similar to that. It's if you don't support their dreams.
Oh, yeah,
for sure. Don't, but it goes with like motivation. If you don't have your own motivation, how are you gonna help motivate someone else to follow their dreams?
I feel like in a relationship, people are looking for not just a partner, but a partner in life, which also means somebody that can support them, somebody that can add and add value to their life and their relationship. Now, I can't sit here and say that I have been that person. Like I've always been driven and ambitious and, you know, goal-oriented, because I was not. And I definitely think that a part of the reason why another, like an old relationship of mine didn't work out is because I was that girl that was like just waiting around, you know, would just like go, you know what I mean, go with the flow and didn't have really any plans for the day. When I would wake up, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't have any like, oh, like I need to go do this, I need to get in the gym, I want to do this, I want to do that. I wasn't doing anything to get myself closer to where I wanted to be. Like I didn't really even have like a set goal in mind, like, oh my God, I want to be, you know, I want to have my own cosmetic line, or I want to, you know, have my own coffee shop, or whatever it is. I didn't have that, and I think that that was something that really kind of pulled my ex-boyfriend away from me, because he's looking at other girls that are like have their own businesses and started their own companies and CEOs at 23 years old. Like I don't want to compare myself either, because everyone's different. Yeah, everyone starts their journey at a different time. But like what a turnoff that must have been. You know what I mean? For him to see me just sitting on the couch not doing anything with my life.
I feel like that's how it was in a past relationship as well, but it was the other way around. I was always working, always in school, always doing something, working at my dad's shop, going to the gym, to better myself. And all this person would do was drag me down. Because they didn't want any part of any of it. Not even
didn't understand it. Maybe they didn't even understand your goals and ambition.
And couldn't support it and couldn't push me and motivate me at all. So to me, that was the biggest turnoff, because I'm like, okay, how am I going to deal with this for the rest of my life?
Imagine if you guys had kids together, like you're the only person that's being supportive.
Hallelujah. But it's hard, I think, in a relationship, in any aspect of it, if you're not on the same page about things.
The number one reason why relationships do work or they don't is because if you're on a different page than the other person with every aspect of that relationship, then it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So another reason why and again, this is just my opinion, girls or men, like women or men that are just very naggy. Like, if the person goes out the door, they're like, where are you going? And he's like, I'm just throwing away the trash. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta let them live their own life too, because a lot of times I feel like men or women feel like they don't have, what is that called? Like, oh, like if they get invited to go with a friend or something to dinner, I should be able to call my husband and say, hey, I'm gonna go to dinner with my friend, you know, I'll be home at this time, whatever it is. Now, I've also been in relationships where it's not been okay, and I feel like I have to hide things, and I feel like if I'm already at that point in my relationship, then it's not going anywhere but downhill real quick. So like somebody who's always like, just like you know what I mean? Just like negative Nancy, just always on my shoulder, like always dragging me down, or always making me feel like I have to do things for them instead of, you know what I mean?
Instead of for yourself. Instead of putting yourself first. I think it's important to have that friend time in any relationship. And I think us as women, at least for me, myself, I tend to just want to be with my significant other. Like it's just my like comfort place. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's hard to not get into the habit of just always being with your partner all the time. And I think you have to sit back and remind yourself, okay, it's healthy to have girl time. And let that person go have their time with their friends and do, you know, what you feel you need to do for yourself.
And also, like, even just say, for instance, like nagging could be just that. Like, oh, well, where are you going? Why are you going with your friends? Why can't I come? Why is this? Or what are you doing? Where are you going? There's that. And then there's also just the person who's nagging about everything, like nitpicking everything and going against every word you're saying. If you're like, oh my God, this is white, no, it's black. Like, why does that need to be an argument? You know what I mean? Like, there's also those relationships that are like that as well, which I feel like can put a burden on a relationship. Like, after so long, nobody wants to fight. And I think that's the reason why I was bringing it up, because I know people that in relationships love to fight. Like, it's something in them that just loves a girl that gets crazy and loves a girl that has spark, you know, in her and fire when she talks. Like, I understand that to a certain extent, but I just, personally, I can't live in a household that I'm always fighting with my boyfriend or my husband.
But you never fight. I feel like you're one to be more of like, let's find a resolution.
I am definitely.
You're not like that crazy, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if conflict comes up, you're the calm person. I feel like me, I can go from 0 to 100 real quick. If something that I don't like is done, I'm very quick to say. So I have been that naggy person, and sometimes I probably still am, you know, like with certain things.
So but I'm not saying you can't be, because trust me, there's things that my husband probably thinks I nag about all the time. But to be that way all the time, like, it can definitely take, like, hinder a relationship.
So another reason why I feel like girls get dumb is because they're insecure or they're jealous. So that goes with like almost nagging, I feel like, hand in hand. Like, they're going out and they're gonna have guys night or whatever, and you're nagging like, who's gonna be there, how long are you gonna be, where are you going? I think that always gets old too. And then eventually they're gonna start lying, because they're gonna start hiding things, because it's easier to say, oh, I'm gonna go here, than to say the truth.
Exactly.
And that causes problems, because then you find out the truth and you're like, well, why wouldn't you tell me? Because you act crazy.
I think, and here's, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like there's a lot of reasons why people have insecurities about certain things. I think you and I have talked about this before, where, you know, there's things that have happened to us maybe in our past relationships that we kind of carry into new relationships, although, you know, it's kind of hard not to, because you only know what you know from the past. And what I was gonna say is that it's okay to be jealous to a certain extent, because it's funny, because I grew up, I feel like, not being jealous. And I remember dating this guy, and he was like, girls would come up to him and he was a bartender, and I would sit at the end of the bar, and girls would be giving them their number right in front of me, and he would be like, oh, babe, this girl just gave me your number. I'm like, okay, but did she tip you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I don't care about that, because I feel like I'm with this man chose me to be his partner. Like, I feel like I don't have anything to worry about, but like I said, to a certain extent. Now, if you're going around flirting with everyone and you're out there making it seem like you're not in a relationship, or you know what I mean, you let certain things happen. Like if a girl texts you and you're texting her back and I don't know anything about it, like, yeah, that's gonna be a problem. I will be jealous because now at this point, there's no communication based on this relationship. What do I know about this person that you're messaging?
Yeah.
Why are you guys even messaging? Like, if we talked about it before, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But when it comes to certain things like being handled a certain way, then yes, I will be jealous and I will be that girl that's like questioning everything. But to be insecure on the opposite end or jealous on the opposite end, it really does push people away. You have to really, you know, trust the fact that you are in a relationship. You have to give that other person all of your loyalty and respect, and really give all your trust when you're in a relationship.
And I think that's my flaw, I feel like, because of past things that have happened. I feel like I'm like cautious to the extreme. I'm very, very selective on who's around my man and who's in my inner circle, just because of things that have happened. Yes.
Yeah.
But I also think that I do need to relax on that sometimes. You know what I mean? There's like a time and a place for that.
Some people don't recognize that, and some people just feed off of themselves, always being this jealous or insecure or upset or wanting to fight all the time. Like it's going to make these people push away.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
It definitely will, you know, affect your relationship. It will affect the other person involved in that relationship because they feel like they can't just live. They can't just be themselves and be comfortable and be happy in this relationship if there's always something wrong with the other person.
The lying comes into play, and it's easier to lie and say, oh, I'm only going here with this person, and they're doing something completely different because it, you know, eliminates an argument.
So I would say this is what I'm going to, like, my takeaway from this that I hope that you guys understand is you just really have to look at your relationship and think of the things that you bring like into the relationship. Like, what is something that they value about you? What are the reasons why they love you? And really hone in on that and doing that more. Those are the pros. That's the happiness. That is the positivity in your relationship. So find what works and what you bring to the table and really try to maximize on that, as opposed to always wanting to, you know, argue or always wanting to fight, always wanting to push that other person away. Because ultimately, if you're happy and you want this person in your life, you want to keep them. You don't want to be the person that, you know, runs them away from you or runs them into the arms of another person. So I think that is like super important, just to find the good and stick to that and try to do more of that. Also, if you're single, if you're watching this, just take these tips into your new relationship. If you are trying to look for love, if you want that other person, just go into your relationship fresh-minded and understand that every action has a reaction. So if you are, you know, going and making this person feel like they can't be themselves, or they can't hang out with their friends, or they can't even be at home and be at peace in their own home, then that is something that you're already kind of putting yourself, like you're already digging yourself into a hole that it's gonna be hard to get out of. So just be yourself, be happy. I feel like go over and beyond. I feel like that's the number one thing in my marriage that I try to do all the time, every single day, every minute of the day. I literally, like, small little things. I write my husband little love notes. I put them in his wallet. I'll put them, like, she puts them in his lunch.
I feel like it's the small things that will last a lifetime.
Exactly.
Really.
Yes, it will. These are the things that they will remember. So if you are already in a relationship, maybe try something like that. If maybe you guys are going through a hard time and it's kind of like you're in a funk or something that's hard to get out of, do something outside of the box. Do something that you know will put a smile on their face. If it's something that they know that they like, if, say, for instance, your husband or your boyfriend loves video games and you're usually like upset or nagging about them, maybe make them a tray of like wings, or order pizza without telling them and say, hey babe, this is for you, enjoy yourself, like enjoy your game, whatever it is. Or if your husband likes to go play basketball, maybe buy him a new pair of basketball shoes, and with a little gift that says, like, you know what I mean, a note that says like, hey babe, like, I know your old shoes were getting kind of whatever. this is for you, you know, so that you can go and be happy and be passionate about what you do. Whatever it is. Like, I feel like things like that are going to make a big difference, like, in your relationship.
And I feel like it's also not a bad thing to ask what you can improve on. I feel like I always do that because I know I can be that. And I've been that naggy person or that jealous person. And I'm constantly asking, hey, like, are you happy?
Yeah.
What can I do better? Just because I feel like I always want to make sure that communication is always going. Oh, even if it's like, oh, nothing, I'm good right now. Like, no, we've been good. You know what I mean? And even if you think you're good and everything's been great, I still ask.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. Right. Because I feel like in relationships when things bother you, we brush it under the rug because it's easier to do that. Like, oh, whatever, it's fine.
Or we run to someone else to talk about it too.
But that
when
stuff,
you can talk to them.
and that stuff builds up. And I feel like if it's a simple conversation that you can have, an easy conversation, it doesn't have to be stressful or like aggressive. You know, you approach it calmly and kindly, and I feel like that's the reaction you're gonna get back. And it's important to hear from that person what they think you can improve on, and do not get offensive about it. Really look at yourself and think, okay, yeah, maybe I do that.
I feel like there's no better person to communicate with about your relationship than the person that's in the relationship with you. I know we tend to run to our friends, our family, whoever it is, to talk about whatever problems we have, when really you should be talking to your partner about things that are happening. So that's a really good one. Communication is key, definitely. I communicate so much in my relationship, and I think that's why we are where we are right now. I think that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, this is a judgment-free zone. This is the Girl Gang. So we are here to help you guys. We are here to give you advice, tips, tricks on whatever it is that you guys need. Now, as far as the comment goes, like every other video that we post, let us know what you guys are going through in the comments down below. We are all here to help each other, and other members of our Girl Gang will be there to support you guys as well. If you guys need help, let us know in the comments. If you guys want to share something that you've been with that you maybe think somebody else can either learn from or use your advice for their own relationship. So just make sure that you guys are communicating down in the comments below so we can all just give each other a big hug and be there for each other. So thank you guys again so much for watching. We love you, and until our next video, we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.